Hey guys, Richard at Ryden's Room here, just in my latest DVD review. This is for Bottom Series 3. I finished this last week, but I haven't really had the chance to do the video until tonight. So yes, this is the last one of Bottom, continuing with Game On, and then after this it'll be Father Ted and Gavin and Stacey, and something else eventually after that, who knows. But yeah, this is Series 3 Bottom, so although they aired the Wimbledon episode when Series 3 came out originally, I'm not bothering to include that, because, well, I did that in Series 2-1, and that's where it was originally planned. So yeah, that's all done, just in case you're wondering and haven't seen my Series 2 review. So yeah, on to this. Last series of Bottom, absolutely loved it. I love how, like, kind of the opposites of Game On, nothing carries over. It's just one thing happens and then it's totally forgotten about the next, which is all good. Even reminds me of shows like Peep Show as well. I mean, much I do like that Game On, especially for a nighty show, did that, which is pretty cool. It's nice when you get the exact opposite as well. So yeah, no problems there. This has always been one of my favourite series, I swear. Back on TV, UK Gold, as it was once known, how I always call it. It was the main show. Series 3 was the main series that came on of Bottom. So yeah, on to the review. So first episode, Hole. This is one of the only episodes not in their flat at all. It's the Ferris wheel episode, where they're on a Ferris wheel that's scheduled to be blown up the next day. Very funny episode. Great moments like Eddie having a pint of bitter inside his coat and like running across the lines, the electric lines on top of the Ferris wheel to get more. Pretty funny. And yeah, just a great ending when they they decide to become Buddhists so they can come back as women's clothing, and then giraffes. It's completely insane, but great that they realize they've prayed to God, and of course Buddhism doesn't count. They praise the real God who actually saves them. This giant hand just appears in the middle of like nowhere, and then they're like, "Oh, hang on!" And speaking on behalf of the BBC, we don't believe in God, do we? Like, no, and then vanishes. They just fly towards their deaths. Pretty funny. Put my KK Slider amiibo in because I've just had that at work this whole time. Thought now he's back, put him in there. Yeah, great episode. I love that it's not in the flat at all. I suppose you call it a bottle episode, but then most shows bottle episodes just confined to one area, and Bottom tends to be most of the time anyway. So yeah, very good episode. Next one is Terror. I believe, yes, of course, that's which should remember this better, I watched them last week, but that's the Halloween episode, the trick-or-treating one. Again, very, very funny, like on their, like the Christmas episode before, their specials. Just great stuff. It's, Richie and Eddie like take on trick-or-treating, is hilarious. Especially Eddie gets trick-or-treated by a bunch of kids and doesn't understand. He thinks if he gives them sweets, they'll have him arrested. Oh, great stuff. Richie and Eddie even find those kids later and decides to like beat them up for like their money and lose. Those kids are probably like 10, 11, 12, and three of them easily kick Richie and Eddie's asses. It's great stuff. And yeah, they basically decide to make a deal with the devil, sell their souls mainly so they can get women, and it doesn't work. And I just love how like stupid these characters are. I mean, it's been established since the beginning Richie is a virgin and Eddie is not. Spud and the Hedgehog don't seem to be, only because Spud's got apparently a wife in one episode, and then even in this episode, Hedgehog has a daughter. So yeah, then when they realise the devil only accepts virgin blood, they all panic. So yeah, I love how stupid these people are. I can't remember what they've done half the time. But yeah, pretty funny. The devil turns up, and it turns out just to be Dave Hedgehog's daughter. So they don't get to like sell their souls and get like loads of women bouncing on top of them at the same time. After all, it's pretty funny just the things they do, like exploding exploding food. What was it they drink? Oh yeah, they got like some sort of punch with all sorts of horrible stuff. It doesn't look good. Yeah, pretty funny, and it's just the usual horrible Halloween you could imagine these two throwing a party for. So yeah, very good episode and definitely one of the best. Next episode is Break. This is one I kind of forget about because I was talking to my friend about this. There's effectively 2 holiday episodes in this one, and we're going to remember one that comes later. This one where it's the build up to them going on holiday, but they don't actually go anywhere not until the very, very end of the episode. It's pretty funny. It's probably the most skipped one of the series, though. Pretty much them just like they've got a holiday planned and they're just finding ways to pass the time. Like they're doing the packing, like Richie packs the kitchen sink, or rather rips the bathroom sink out of his bedroom and puts that in, tears a piece of wallpaper off the wall, puts that in his suitcase. It's all completely insane. And you realise the problem with them trying to get women is that they're so overweight and they're not rich, so they're not going to be too successful. So yeah, they both try and lose 3 stone in about 8 hours. Of course, fail. Very funny stuff. Richie is on a treadmill that Eddie is attached to a motorbike, and yeah, Eddie slams the brakes on, sends Richie flying through the window, but All girls love a scar. So Richie will be right, and then he just chainsaws Eddie's legs off. It's hysterical stuff. The things they do to each other. Oh my god. How did Rick and Ade come up with this stuff? Pretty funny. There's a great bit when Eddie answers the door to a Jehovah's Witness. You know, the usual polite guy. Have you thought out what a beautiful place the world is, Eddie? Yes, I have. Thank you. Punches him down the stairs. Oh, great stuff. Yeah, in the end, Richie has to sew Eddie's legs back on after Eddie sews them up the wrong way, so he has to chainsaw them off again. Yeah, they then spend the rest of their time staring at the clock, then checking how far it is to get to the bus station, and in the end, Richie ends up getting his head trapped under the fridge. Eddie then goes off on the holiday without him with this bird he's got inside the fridge, and it ends with kicking Richie in the bollocks. So, yeah, funny episode, but kind of the skippable one of the series. But yeah, it's still fun. It's got its great moments like all episodes do. Next episode is Doe. This was always my favourite one. I swear this is one that was on the TV most. It's the Forging Money episode. Eddie's forging money, except it's not exactly realistic banknotes he's making. He's making really bizarre things like, was it? Oh God, I should have done this review a few days ago. It's just things that are just completely deranged, like the Queen's jugs on the back of a fiver. Like Richie says, if the Queen ever did that, they'd be saved up for the 50. And you've got like characters from the Magic Roundabout fisting people. It's all completely insane. Eddie's idea is that they'll mesmerise the shopkeepers, so they've stolen as much drinking food as they can get. By the time shopkeeper realises what's happened, they try it on the pub landlord dickhead, of course, and it seems to work. He runs off to the toilet and asks them to keep an eye on the bar, but it's not what they think. He just calls up his friend Skull Crusher Henderson, who is the master counterfeiter and isn't too thrilled. You know, as Dick says, he takes a psychotically violent view to people bustling on his territory. It's pretty good. Rich Eddie are forced to pay him $5,000 by the end of the day. Just so happens there's a pub quiz with a $5,000 prize. They all enter, Spud Gun and Hedgehog and Richie happen to have gold teeth, which covers their bills since Dick's not accepting any more forged notes. £27 notes, crew grand notes, triangular Welsh money. It's all completely mental. And yeah, it's just so damn funny. Richie did he fix everyone's buzzers so everyone gets electrocuted in the pub quiz. They answer one question correctly. Well, the answer, Dick just gets tired of it, gives them the easiest question ever. Berlin is the capital of which country? Germany. Richie eventually gets the answer, pass, and he passes, they win. And it's just all a big scam. It turns out the prize money from the pub is forged, which Skullcrusher isn't willing to accept, and quite cheerfully crushes Richie and Eddie's skulls. I just love these endings where Richie and Eddie are completely done for. Very, very funny. It's just the things they do, like Spud Gun and Hedgehog just seem to get roped into Richie and Eddie's things. Like they're just sat there. They're presumably going to get their skulls crushed as well. Although it could just be Richie and Eddie. Skullcrusher would probably be just satisfied with them. But yeah, very, very funny. It's just the various things you get going on, like the things Eddie does, Richie's boredom and desire to like do things. Oh yeah, great episode. It's just hysterically funny, the things that go on. Yeah, and anyone remembers EastEnders in the 90s? Lisa Fowler as actress was in there, which is kind of cool. Next episode is Finger, and Finger Ice. Of course, that's the other holiday episode. So this is one they steal Cannonball Taffio Jones's honeymoon tickets and pose as a married couple in the Hotel Marveloso Splendido in Wolverhampton. And it's for all due respect, Richie and Eddie posing as a couple. They still act as violently as possible towards each other. Eddie's posing as the bird, and he's got his jugs on back to front. Oh, that's great stuff. And throughout the episode, Eddie just gets kicked in the bollocks repeatedly. Once by Richie, but of course, as Eddie's a girl, he's supposed to like not be hurt by it. And then by a couple of women, Richie and Eddie both like try to seduce the Brummy housekeeper and fail. Eddie gets kicked in the bollocks by her. Then he, in the bar later, tries to seduce this woman. Nope, that doesn't work either. As Eddie says, if you're pretending to be a lesbian, don't let her see your tackle. It's great stuff, just the way they just pretend to be these rich, like, important people like this. And of course, it goes wrong. Richie, like, empties the room, the hotel very, very quickly, and there's no one to talk to. Eddie starts flirting with this barman who can't tell that it's really a man in there. Great stuff, yeah. Very, very funny. And in the end, the real Cannonball Taffio Jones shows up, pelts them both with cricket balls. And they obviously get caught. Yeah, another great one I remember seeing loads on TV, so yeah, could absolutely recommend that one as well. And the finale is Carnival. This is where Richie and Eddie are starting by just watching all the riots take place outside their flat. Then they join in and steal TVs, crates of Malibu, rubber ducks. Yeah, great stuff. They decide to make their own TV shows because Richie has stolen a BBC camera, which is probably the official BBC camera for filming the episode. And then they decide to go with I think it's Jeremy Beadle's Horrible Accidents or something, where you just film terrible things happening to you by accident. Of course, they take advantage. Richie does things like throwing a dart in Eddie's head, set him on fire, have him jump through the window, and it turns out they didn't even film it. And then they check the video. They just have a perfect prank, send in a blank tape, claim they accidentally forgot to put the camera in, and then send the check just to Richie, not Eddie. Pretty funny. After a year, Eddie fixes up the VCR that they've got, and they've stolen a bunch of videos as well. That doesn't work, so they just pay a guy with Malibu to fix it. And it turns out they find the Prime Minister, which is John Major, having a pervy bedtime with a couple of random women. And their plan is to blackmail the Prime Minister. Doesn't work because they just immediately get taken down by the SAS. And the episode ends with a big gun down. So it's another, like the Carnival episode, and maybe in the Skull Crusher, them being killed at the end. But they always survive it. But it's still bizarre watching them getting blasted with machine gun bullets. But very funny. And that one I always remember being on a lot. Good episodes, probably a bit slow in them just watching the riots. Funny and all, but probably not the best ever. But the ending's great, especially seeing what the Prime Minister is up to. That's pretty funny. So that's the end of Bottom Series 3. Great set. I think I said in Series 1, but the only reason I bought these was because pretty much like most... I don't think there's much left now, but most of the BBC shows all left Netflix last year because obviously going to BritBox, so British had to buy these. I thought they might go up in price, but at the minute they haven't. They're still the normal price. I guess Bottom's just not as big as, like, I don't know, Only Fools and Horses, something like that. But I don't mind. It's still only about £12 or something on Amazon, which I paid for it. And can't argue at all there. Very, very funny. Great to rewatch again. And as much as I like longer shows, 6 episodes, it never felt like enough per series, but it means, got through them quicker. But that's it for Bottom. A few days, Game On Series 3 will be up. Still got to do my next Star Wars book review, so if anyone's still checking out those, don't worry, I'll have that soon. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe for the notifications for more, and I'll see you next time.